So, as we come in and begin the session, I just invite us to hold space in the silence, to, if we can, and this moment allows for you to just be in the present moment in presence. We are so on, on, in the doing, in the world. So, it's so good to just be. I like to say, be the Christ, right? Be the light. So, my son is out of school right now, so he's home. He's in the other room watching Peppa Pig, and I can hear it. So it's going to be a very, um, nevertheless, a beautiful channeling. And having Pig in the background just, for me, just brings in this innocence, this innocence. It just reminds me of the innocence that we are, with no stories and just no narrative of the ego, just pure, very neutral innocence in God, in love. So the channeling today, what is coming through is a message of peace. So with that, it's just an expression of how to be in the world with a more peaceful state of mind. So being in the world and having a more calm mind, quiet mind, um, nothing, nothing transing you outside in form. Just being able to keep your peace in God, being able to be in the world and not get caught up in the stories, in the narratives. So that was coming through when I was getting ready for live today. It was this message of let's address peace. How can we have more peace in our lives, more calm in the midst of it all? So if we have certain problems in the world, how we're able to bring, um, how are we able to disengage from the suffering, disengage from the fear, is what I want to um, have spirit revealed to us today. I feel that peace is such a, it's something that I feel collectively as souls we all want to experience this peace of mind, and not get caught up in the dramas of the world, not what seems to be the world, right? Because of course miracle says there is no world. So we want to collectively, how can, amidst all the drama and all the news that gets fed to us, and our collective news, our personality, our personal lives, our personalities, the personalities that surround us, how can we be that peace within these relationships? How can we bring in the peace into this what appears to be world, because we're one mind? um how can this be like a domino effect, a ripple effect? How can we do our part to bring in the peace? And what's coming right away is it starts with us, it starts with you. So When you choose to be that peace, especially if you are conscious, if you're an awake spirit in this world of form, you can hold the peace and the space for peace within this vortex of illusion. And you hold this peace for yourself, but you can also hold this peace of mind for the collective. So, just as fear is held as well in this world of duality, so fear appears very real, the narrative of fear, the expression of fear in the world, you can also bring in the peace. You can equally as strong believe and be that peace and create that peace within your mind and in your life. And this is done by coming to our Father. Come to your Father. Come into your Father's arms. Let go. It's the sensation of just bowing down to our Father. It's this coming into our Father's arms empty-handed, and just the declaration to our Father, Father, I desire your peace and only your peace. So, my dear child, come to your Father's arms, and the prayer is, Father, I desire your peace, and I desire to extend your peace. And then there's a forgiveness of yourself, a non-judgment of what you've done, of what you haven't done. It's like, cut yourself some slack. I love when spirit's like very, very like, just cut yourself some slack. Don't be so hard on yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself. The narrative that you tell yourself that hurts you isn't true. Cut yourself some slack. Don't believe, don't believe what you are trying to convince yourself of. Don't believe what you are trying to convince yourself of. It's like we're trying to convince ourselves that the fear is real. It's not. The fear is not real. So it's like waking up. It kind of feels like a fairy tale Disney movie. It's like a waking up, and you just remember your Father. You remember that this is a dream. You remember that this is an illusion. And every time in this world of illusion that feels tangible, right? So we have space and time. My hands are fluttering here, right? I'm here, it appears. But there's so much more than this. Within this expression of that you're not a body, and every second within the second, the realization of that you're not a body, that this is not so tangible, that the thoughts are not so real, you begin to bring in more peace because you begin to let go more of the body and the egoic thought system of the mind. This is not all there is. That's the message. This is not all there is. It appears that this is all there is, but there's so much more. So let's tap in collectively as spirits to that, this is not all there is. This tangible space and time isn't all that is. Peace comes when you withdraw judgment. So there's a call for letting go of judgment, not in a very deep way of the world. So letting go of the judgment of everything outside, but there's also a deep call of letting go of the judgments towards yourself. So when you think something and then you judge it, or the thought is judgment, your peace is hidden from you. but the peace is always there. It's always there. You are that peace. You are that love. And no matter how much narrative of BS you tell yourself, the narrative that is not true, it can go on and 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 on. And the narrative is so big in relationships, and the egoic narrative is so big in your workplace. The narrative is so big in that you don't have enough money. The narrative is so big in everything. It's a fear-based mentality. Regardless of that narrative, peace is there. It's there in the foreground, in the background, just waiting for your recognition. Wait a second, this insanity is not true. I want to declare my peace now because I am peace. I am my Father is God. So there's a deep call for when you are watching the news, and it's okay to watch the news, although to come in from a space of peace, to understand that the purpose of watching this is non-judgment, is how can I bring peace into this illusion? How can I be the peace within the illusion? How can I be peace within the dream? How can I be the dreamer and be the peace within the dream? If we're going to be in the dream, if we're going to be in the illusion, if we're going to be in the duality, we might as well be a conduit for love, a conduit for God, a conduit for the light. So when you are in a predicament with a colleague, or you're in a predicament in your relationship, you think peace first. Bring peace to the forefront. I want to let go of this righteousness. I want to let go of this ignorance that I can do it better than God. I choose peace in this relationship. In your workplace, I choose not to be worried about scarcity or money, or I don't have enough money. I choose peace instead of this scarcity. Sit down, write down all your problems, get them all on paper. Just have a head dump, get all the problems on paper, and look at it and sit in meditation. And the prayer is, I am peace. I bless what appears to be these problems. I bless it. And peace be still in me now. So that's the prayer. Peace be still in me now. All right, everyone. Thank you for today's session, for coming. This is very new for me, and I'm just showing up on Thursdays, being trusting and allowing Spirit to move through and share whatever is helpful. And I love how Spirit gave us a beautiful message on peace. And not only that, how we can apply it in our daily lives with the prayer that was given and also the exercise. So I invite you to do the exercise that Spirit has revealed to us, that love and light has revealed to us. And I hope to see you next week. Bye-bye.